Well, happy Saturday, Las Vegas. It's Monique Buchanan, and the host of the Monique Buchanan Show. Listen, we've got a special show for you today. We're rolling out something new, something we've never done before, but I have a very good feeling that it's going to be a blessing to many of you out there. All right, so we have officially expanded our services to help renters. Yes, you heard me right. So for years, we've always focused on buying and selling properties, right? But we realize now there's a whole group of people that are saying, hey, I'm not in the position to buy right now, but I still obviously need somewhere to live, right? And call home. So with that being said, that's going to be the topic of our show today. We're pretty excited about it, right? So we are expanding our services. And with that being said, we have none other than Miss Rebecca Coins on with us today. Hi, Becky.
Hey. How you doing, Mo?
Very good. And we have our other team member, Miss Dawn Gully. She's going to be heading up the rental division. Hi, Dawn.
Hey, how you ladies doing?
So obviously, Dawn doesn't come on quite as often because she's a little shy, but she had to come on today. But she's been obviously part of our team for years. She does buy and sell as well, but she has for years also been helping clients in the rental area in space. Isn't that right?
Yes, that is correct.
So, she came to me and said, Monique, there's a great opportunity here to help people. Because like I said, there's just, with everything going on in the world right now, especially, there's just a lot going on. It's expensive, and maybe people are not able to save money for, to purchase a home as they were able to maybe just last year. You know what I mean? So things have changed. The market has changed. And what do we do when it changes? We pivot too. So we look for the need and we fill the need. Now, doesn't say that we're not still selling homes. Hey, I've got a couple listings right now and some buyers. We're doing our thing. But we want to expand and help people that are actually still in need as well. So with that being said, what are some reasons you see people not renting right now or renting right now instead of buying?
I know that I see a lot of people nowadays that are, either they have a little bit of credit challenges. Some people may have changed jobs and have a little bit of space in their employment history that they need to kind of clean up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes they're in a hurry and they might have to get out of that house and they don't have time. Yeah,
time. And by the way, just so you know, when you do buy a house, you can be in a home within 30 days. So if you are somebody that thinks it takes a long time to buy a home, no, it actually does not. So we do want to point that out. It takes 30 days from the day we get you approved, or I should say 30 days from the day you see the house and say, this is it, right? Obviously, we need a week or so to look, and then, hey, maybe you see the first house, or maybe you already have a house that you've seen online.
You've been eyeballing for a minute.
Yeah, and then you're a lot of them are shocked, right, Dawn, that they can get approved.
Yes.
So that's another thing. So when we roll this out, we are going to help you as a renter, right? But what we are going to do as well is give you the roadmap to purchasing in a year if you're interested. We're going to, instead of you being in the dark wondering or assuming that you can't buy or assuming you heard this myth and you're thinking it's true, we're going to get you in front of the lender, make sure he looks at your portfolio and everything and see what's going on. And even if you're like, no, we're not going to hit you over the head and make you try to buy. But if you're like, Mo, listen, we still want to rent, no problem. But here's what you can do until you're ready to buy. This is what you can look at and do. Okay, so you'll be prepared to buy. So what are some other reasons?
Just moving into Vegas. You want to feel out the area.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
There's different parts in Las Vegas and Henderson. And
being new to the area is definitely a reason why a lot of people wouldn't want to buy right out the gate. I get it. So that's another good reason. But yeah, that's a great way to fill out the city, rent for maybe 1 year, but maybe they're not,
Yeah.
So the good news is we can help them in all 50 states, no matter what they're ready to do.
Some people that's their thing. That we want to rent right now because we're headed out of the state at the end of the year or whatever they've got going on. They might be pivoting out.
Right. Absolutely. Right. So a lot of people's credit needs work, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with right now, with everything going on, a lot of us are depending on our credit cards. We're maxing them out to make the ends meet. It was just school just started. Oh, a lot of them parents out there and grandparents have been spending quite a few pretty pennies getting those Jordans and backpacks. And
stay away from the Afterpay and the Fords and the...
Right. So that's another thing is that a lot of people's credit is not quite where they need it to be. And Dawn, typically on average, what do the property managers look for when they're going to rent?
Most of the property management companies look for above 600 credit scoring. between 620, 640. Some go as high as 700s. It just depends. Each property management company is different with their criteria.
And I would say every owner is different because ultimately it's the owner that's going to make that decision and tell the property manager, hey, for my property, they need to have at least a 700 credit score.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Or you've got some owners that are more lenient and they're like, you know what? Hey, if they're at least over 620, but I do know if they're normally if you're under the credit score that they're looking for when you're going to rent, sometimes they'll ask for an extra deposit. Isn't that right, Dawn?
Yes.
So if the deposit was first, last, and sorry, y'all, it's been a minute.
First, last. Sometimes it's first, last, and deposit, but sometimes you can, I think in Nevada, you can do at least 2 times the deposit, if I'm not mistaken.
They can do 2. Okay, so let's give them some numbers. Let's pretend that they're renting out a house for $2,000. So their normal move-in cost, if they had the credit that is required, would be
$2,000 deposit, usually plus first month's rent.
Okay, so what, $4,000 to move in
roughly,
around? Plus
depending
the keys
on
and all the
fee,
cleaning fees. We'll
things
just say
of that
$5,000. And it just hurts me to talk about this when it comes to renting, even though I'm going to help you. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, $5,000, I can sell you a house.
Right?
But once again, we understand that it's not time for everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so $5,000 if your credit, that's for a $2,000 a month house. It's going to roughly be $4,500 to $2,000 or $5,000.
Yes.
To move into that rental property for a year.
Yes.
On average. Now, if they do not have the credit that is needed and the property managers and owners are willing to work with them by way of an extra
deposit,
it would be how much for that person that has a lower end of credit?
So it would just be double the deposit that's required. So if the deposit is $2,000, they may ask for another $2,000 on top of that,
plus the first month's rent, so $6,000
first month's rent, yes.
Plus the cleaning fees. And okay, so I hope this is helping someone out there that's maybe just like wondering how this all works and when it comes to renting, because it's different. And by the way, guys, a lot of people when you're helping them with rentals, they think you own these properties or you run them. We do not.
No.
Full disclosure, we do not. As rental agents, when we put that hat on and help you with the rentals, we are showing you homes that property managers, which is completely different. It's like a heart surgeon and a general practice surgeon, okay? So we're completely different. We're still doctors, but we're different. So we put on the hat to open the door and show you the rental properties. Other than that, we're going to make sure that you have the paperwork that's needed to rent the property. We're going to give you all the information that has been provided to us in regards to what is required to rent the property. We're going to lower your risk on being scammed because unfortunately a lot of people have been being scammed.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fraud out
We get
there.
that call all the time.
Yes.
Oh, can you look this property up? Is this a real property? Because there's a lot of people unfortunately out there scamming people. One of my listings was listed as for rent on Craigslist. I said, absolutely not. No, it is not. So that's another reason we want to jump on here and kind of help people because it's so scary right now. People don't have that extra money ever, even right now, but ever, to be wasted and be robbed, right? So we deal with realtors, licensed professionals, licensed property managers that have these properties on the MLS, okay?
Because there's definitely a lot of, like we just talked about, scams that are out there. Right. There's fake Facebook marketplace rentals.
Oh, yeah.
There's, people
Craigslist.
Advertising that they, a home that they don't own, like you said, like yours was up there.
That's happened to me.
People that are asking to send extra deposits before seeing the property.
Oh, or even telling them to like cash app them or wire them.
Yep.
That's
Cash
crazy.
App, Zelle.
Didn't you have one of our clients?
Yes.
Tell them a story about that.
Yes.
That was crazy.
So one of our clients, their granddaughter moved in with them after they purchased their home. And then it was time the granddaughter was moving out on her own. She called me and she says, can you check into this for me? She said, it just sounds too good to be true. And let me say, I'm sorry. 99.99999% of the time, if it is too good to be true,
it is.
Right. Yeah,
my
definitely.
big mama said, honey, if it's too good.
Yeah. And she's like, this just doesn't sound. She goes, but it just seems so legit. And they're getting pretty thorough in these scams.
Yeah, especially with AI now. They can make it look very, very legit, and that's very scary.
Well, and some of these companies like, Open Door and different things like that, they go put the lockbox out there. You know what I mean? And those lockbox numbers can get the code that we get as realtors, like we're supposed to have our own ethics involved with whether or not we're allowed to open that door. But you have people out there that find a way to get that code, and now they seem like they are legit.
They're posing themselves as realtors, showing the property.
Or I'm the owner. Here's the code.
Or I'm the owner. Oh my goodness.
Because that's what happened to her. She said, I was able to tour the home. He gave me the code to get in the house.
So scary.
And I went in. She's like, and everything looks legit. She goes, I looked him up and he looks legit. She's like, and he asked me to send him money.
Did she send him the money?
She was going to.
Oh, thank God.
She was going to. And I was like, girl, this is not legit, no. Let me go look it up. And I went and looked. I was like, no, this is not the owner.
Yeah.
He did the whole, I just want to give back to the community and help a single mama out.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
prey on a single mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, to prey on anybody,
Yes.
but my goodness, that's terrible.
Yes.
So yeah.
Those
All
are
right.
different things. Like, you want to make sure that you're looking at the wording and, just different red flags to watch out for. Again, if it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. So, if the price seems too low, they won't let you see the property. Sometimes if they do, by yourself, without somebody else, that's usually a red flag if somebody's not walking you through that property.
Right, absolutely. So that, obviously, finding the rental is only the first part of what we're doing. So every renter who wants to eventually own can receive a roadmap to home ownership, you guys. And that's really what the heart of this is, right? So at the end of the day, there's some people that just want to rent, but there's a whole lot out there that want to be owners.
Yes.
But they feel like they don't know where to begin. They don't know what's going, where they're at. So that's one thing. We're going to take you by the hand. We're going to help you with the rental, right? But we're also going to give you the resources of this is what we need you to do while you're renting for this year. Try to tackle these following things. So that's what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? So if you're just tuning in, this is Monique Buchanan. This is the Monique Buchanan Show. I've got Miss Dawn Goley and Miss Rebecca Coins on with me today. And we're talking about what we just rolled out, which is our rental division. Okay. So we are now accepting rental clients. And we're trying our best to make sure you don't get scammed, right? We're going on the MLS to find the properties. And we will tour them with you. And we will be in direct negotiation for you and on your behalf with the property managers, right? So we'll take care of all that as professionals for you. So renting can become basically your preparation for the year, to get ready to buy. So if you're interested in this, our number is 702-984-3700. Again, 702-984-3700. Website that you can look at, welcomehomewithmonique.com. welcomehomewithmonique.com. So we're going to let you know where your credit needs to be, where it's at now. We're going to let you know how much money you may need to save up during that period. We're going to let you know something called your debt to income, okay? And what that not typically, but absolutely means what you got going in or coming in and what you got going out, right? So that's how they're going to determine how much you're approved for, guys. So it's not all based on just off your credit score. Just because you have an 800 credit score doesn't mean you're going to be able to buy $1 million house. There's a lot more that goes into that. So that's what your debt to income is. Okay, sir, you make $8,000 a month, but you've got all these credit card bills and high car notes where you're actually only clearing $5,000 or $4,000. Well, that's obviously going to make you have less of an approval than the gentleman next to you that has no debt and is clearing the whole $8,000, right? So that's what that means, the debt to income. We're going to look at the employment income requirements. So we're going to go over all that with you. We'll talk to you about the potential loan programs. I am more about educating. I feel like once you're educated, you're going to make the best decision for you and your family. That's the thing. We don't want to drop your hand just because you're not ready, right? So you guys brought this to my attention. Dawn says, hey, with the economy right now, Monique, I think we need to start helping renters. I said, you know what? You're right. And Becky says, hey, we've had a couple of our clients getting scammed. I think Dawn is right. We need to jump in and try to help these people. Well, Monique, I don't know. I didn't think I could buy. I had no clue. Well, here, this is a way that we can get you into a rental and give you that information that you didn't have.
Well, and a lot of people, one, if you're doing the rental on your own, or two, when they do work with other people, that's it. They're just like, here you go, here's your rental, shoo off.
And they disappear.
Done, yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
also I had a client that had an eviction on her name, and she didn't think that she can buy, and she was able to purchase with an eviction.
That's a great point.
Other than, she couldn't get a rental anywhere because of the eviction, but she was able to purchase.
That is a great point. I had thought about naming a whole show that. Because when you have an eviction, that's not going to stop you from purchasing a home. And I just, it's so sad because people that have had tough times hit, they have an eviction. What are they supposed to do?
Need somewhere to live.
They have to be able to live somewhere.
Yeah. Because rentals get strict.
Yeah, it's a hard stop when it comes to rentals, and you have an eviction that's less than 7 years.
See what I mean? Right? So let's talk about our favorite topic, down payment assistance.
Hey.
Yay! Because right now, the prices are down. There's still the zero down programs out there. You only need a 620 credit score. That's assuming you're not a veteran. Because if you're a veteran, you already have your zero down program.
Yeah.
And you can have as low as a score as 580. So a lot of veterans don't realize that either, right?
Right.
And it just hurts my heart to hear veterans say that they never use their entitlement.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
I
sad.
agree.
Your father was like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you got him a home and got him to purchase his first home.
Right.
Yeah, because he was a veteran. And so you guys purchased a nice single story.
Yeah.
Got him a home and everything. So I think he thought the same way.
Yeah. He didn't know that he had the benefits to be able to purchase and move forward.
And that's just crazy
There's
to
so
me.
many.
You're able to buy a home zero down and with the lowest interest rate of anybody else because you are a veteran. Yep. And you also get a couple $100s off your mortgage because you don't have to pay for mortgage insurance premium, right? So that's automatic with veterans. We have options, you guys. This is in all 50 states. We have zero down programs that we can get you going on. You guys just closed a couple deals. Did you get them closing cost?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Now, we haven't heard that. Let me tell you, 2019, were you getting them closing costs? No, not at all. It was a fight for the houses, right? It was a fight. There was people literally lined up outside for one house.
Oh, yeah. There were 20, 30
You remember that?
offers on one house.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I always talk about my nurse. We were just going through, he was a nurse and he had $30,000 extra that he said, Monique, if I see the house I want, let's put the offer in 30 over what they're asking. Against my advice, but I have to do,
what they want to do.
It made sense at that time because unfortunately we had a lot of people coming in here all cash.
Yeah.
You know
how
what
are
I
you
mean?
going to beat that?
Hard to beat all cash.
It was a lot of overpaying.
Yeah, they were overpaying. They were waiving the appraisal back in 2020, 2021. Because our valley is small. People think we have a lot of homes. No, we live in a little small valley. And we don't have now we have a lot of homes on the market right now, more than we probably have had in a long time. And I'll tell you what, you're not settling for what you can take and what you can overpay for. But when that rate drops, you think you're saving money now, but you're going to be overpaying.
Yeah, that's when the overpaying starts up again.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so with that being said, Miss Dawn, we're going to pivot to our listings, Miss Becky. So Dawn also heads up our Oakland, Richmond. Well, tell them the areas that you service in California.
So I service all of the Bay Area in California, San Francisco, Oakland, Richmond, Berkeley, anywhere, Sacramento on out. I do have a listing in Richmond, California. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, single-family home with a bonus room that has its own entryway and bathroom.
So what was the address on that property?
So the address is 2364 Grant Avenue, and that's Richmond, California, 94804.
2364 Grant Avenue. Okay, and then you guys know that I've got one too. 11083 Ketchikan Street. That's Ketchikan Street. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's in a gated Southern Highland community with a community pool, totally remodeled. It's, up to date, kitchen, range, all the things, right? But 3-car garage, 25 or 2,600 square feet. But here's the thing. The owner is offering a lease option to buy. So whatever one comes first, she's selling it for $517,000 basically. Okay, $517,000. Like I said, it's over 2,600 square feet, 3-car garage, gated community pool, all the things, right? It's also for rent. She said, Monique, whichever one comes first, if the renters want to buy it, I'll help them out. We could do a lease option to buy in the Southern Highlands area. 11083 Ketchikan Street. And then I've got Another one, 4411 Golden Palomino. This is a single story. The other one was a 2-story, by the way. This property is a single story. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's over 1,800 square feet, almost 1,900 square feet. And the lot size is 6,500. Now, this property is selling for $425,000. They just put fresh paint in, fixtures, updated, double door entry into the master. The unique part about this property is the garage. So it's, you know how they have the tandem where they're really long and you put a third. Okay, this one's different. It has a extra space where you park the cars, right? It has a whole nother extra space. The neighbors, that's what they did. So when you open your garage, they put drywall up and they put 2 more bedrooms in there. It does have a water softener. The yards are completely done. That's in the northwest area. So 4411 Golden Palomino, 4411 Golden Palomino. I still have 892 North Hollywood Boulevard. That is my single story that overlooks the entire Las Vegas Valley. It is a half acre, gated all the way around. It's also across the street from the community center. So this property has a fire pit that's elevated in the backyard. 892 Hollywood Boulevard. That's on the east side, 89110. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a little under 2,500 square feet, and half acre lot, RV parking, Tesla charger in the garage. All right, now 2539 Noble Street. That one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it was recently remodeled with a new roof less than 5 years ago. 6,100 square feet, 1-car garage. What do you have, Miss Becky?
That one is 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms in the main house. It has a casita also.
They have like this sitting area, courtyard. It's the casita, the courtyard, then the entrance to the main house. And it has a fire pit.
Yes, a wood-burning fire pit. I said the main house has 5 full bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms. It's over 4,600 square feet. It's got a 1/4 acre lot. This is in Mountain's Edge area, by the way.
Gated community, too.
Yes, gated community. RV parking.
Yes. And it's pavered. Yeah. They took the time to paver. The address again is
9535 Bella Cita.
And that's Citta, Bella Cita Street, 89178. Okay, guys, until we hear from you, have a great weekend.